All right, 5 seconds. As we kick off the community update, we're going to take you back this past Monday, February 24th, 57th Annual Chamber of Commerce Banquet going on at Murray's on Main. So that's what you're going to see next. The 57th Annual Chamber of Commerce Banquet this past Monday. Bits and pieces of it down at Murray's on Main. Enjoy. All right, we're upstairs, part of the 57th Annual Chamber Banquet here down in Murray's on Main. As you look around here, there are a record 435 people here tonight. 435, which is a record. They've never had that many at a chamber banquet. So first, 57th year for Chamber Banquet, and the first tonight, with 430 people down here at Murray's on Main for the 57th Annual Chamber Banquet. One of the things you're going to see coming up next is the awards. The awards are part of the Chamber Banquet. That's what you're going to see next here on the Community Update. Again, we're down here in Murray's on Main this past Monday, February 24th, for the 57th Annual Chamber of Commerce Banquet. Awards, among other things, is coming up next.
3 of them this year: the City of Tomah, Knights of Columbus, and Leiden Auto Body. Out of our 326 members, 83 of you now have been members for 25 years or longer. And I'd like to thank you on behalf of our board for your years of investment in Tomah and in our chamber. Every year we also like to say thank you to our outgoing board members because of their significant impact on our organization over the last 3 years. We are very fortunate, and I can't thank you guys enough for all of the commitment that you've put in over the last 3 years to our organization. Whether it's stuffing bags for the golf outing or helping us put together programs, our board is very active and has been extremely supportive of our scope of work. So Chris, if you want to stop talking to Megan, we'll go ahead and thank a couple of our outgoing members here.
All right.
We appreciate the leadership, volunteerism, and commitment given to our chamber by the board of directors. Tonight is our chance to publicly thank retiring directors. Kim Voigt, who I don't believe Kim is here. Kyle Evans. Robin Pierce. And Michelle Hagman. Thank you all for everything that you have done.
Thank you, Chris. At this time every year we like to give the Tomah Rotary Club an opportunity to present their Service Above Self Awards. So at this time we'll ask Jeff Holthouse, if you haven't already seen Jeff tonight.
I wasn't here.
Oh, okay. He's out of character now. So, Jeff, I'll turn it over to you.
Good evening. She probably doesn't know she's going to get this award, so I'm going to have her come up here first. So we'll get her name first, and then I'll read why she's so needed in our club and why she does so much. Michelle Clark, could you come up here, please? She's over here. Rotary every year. Michelle is one of those people who's behind the scenes. She takes care of our youth exchange program, does a phenomenal job, but nobody sees her do all that work. So when we have the nominations from our club members it's always people that you see either selling something through concessions or whatever at one of our club events or fundraisers. She's on the backside taking care of our youth exchange program, which has been a Rotary standby for years, and it's just a great program. She also does a lot of things within the community, works with her church, youth group organizations, She runs the largest elementary school, I believe, in our district and does a phenomenal job at it. That's what I hear from her outgoing boss anyway. So with that, I want to present Michelle with this award, Service Above Self. So let's give her a nice round of applause.
Well, I really don't have a 20-minute speech, maybe 30 seconds. Thank you very much. I do what I can do, and I'm okay with being behind the scenes when it's getting done. And I certainly don't do any of the youth exchange or anything by myself. So thank you, Tomah Rotary. I appreciate it.
After what happened last year, I'm a little reluctant to give Mike the microphone this year, but we're going to go ahead and ask him to come up and present his Mayor's Award.
Okay, to clarify my earlier statement, one of my favorite things in life is live theater. And one of the funniest things I have ever heard, perhaps ever, anybody, show of hands, anybody ever been on stage before? Anybody ever have those moments where it's like the last show and people ad-lib lines to throw their fellow stage people off? Yeah. That's what happened during the performance of
Barefoot in the Park.
Barefoot in the Park. Dr. Owens, she was on stage with Jerry Fucciani's.
Dr.
Dr. Jerry Fucciani's. And the line was something to the effect of,
No, he's not a medical doctor.
no, he's not a medical doctor,
He's a psychologist.
he's a psychologist. But instead of saying he's a psychologist, no, he's not a medical doctor, he's a chiropractor, is what Dr. Fucciani said to her. And it was one of the funniest things. And actually, the whole intent was for him to crack her up, and he cracked himself up so much during that performance. So that is actually why I said what I said earlier, which leads into this. My selection this year for the Mayor's Award is our Tomah Area Community Theater. There are so many ways that they add to this community. If you have not taken in a performance over there, you owe it to yourself to do such. It is people sacrificing their time, giving of their time to create an art in our community. It's a way to escape. They've done comedies, they've done dramas. If you've never been to one of Bridget's bingos, again, you owe it to yourself to go to her bingo night. And this is a quote that I found, and I'm old and I have to take my glasses off to read it. And I think it's so true because it's not just true for actors on a stage, it's true for all of us in every aspect of our life. It says, "The curtain rises even on an actor's worst day." All of us have had bad days. We all have to get up and go to work. We all have to get up and do the things that we have to do every day, whether we're ready to do it or not. And so many of these people that have dedicated their time at the Area Community Theater, it doesn't matter what happened in their workday. It doesn't matter what's going on in their personal life. They have chosen to sacrifice their time to be there in order to better our community. So in recognition of Tomah ACT's contribution to the artistic health and well-being of the city of Tomah, despite seemingly insurmountable odds at times, you epitomize the show must go on. Thank you from all who have been and will be touched. Tomah Area Community Theater. I don't know who's going to accept the award.
Thank you, Mike.
And Dr. Christine Jacobson. Rocky Shutter is supposed to be here. I'm his substitute tonight. He just did a really wonderful job with their playing our song, along with Sherry Fusciani. And I feel like the theater adds a lot to the community. I just moved here about 4 years ago, and one of the first things that happened to me was I met this Barb. We played Sisters in our Signal a year or so ago, and it really got me into the community. And the first time that I did a performance, I kind of went, I'm so nervous, why do I do this? And then I could see people having a good time and relaxing and forgetting about their lives. And I thought, yeah, this is why we do this. We need this in the community. Anybody else going to say anything? So thank you.
Tonight who have been on stage with us. We hope there are many more who will think about it in the future. The next event we have happening at ACT is Mr. Legs Contest. It's going to be a fun fundraiser hosted by our own Dr. Bridget Owens. So think about coming to that on Good Friday.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Tomah ACT Theater. Next, we have the President's Award, and this award is presented by the prior year's board chair to a person or persons who have gone above and beyond to help the Chamber achieve its mission during his or her term. To present this award, I call on past chair, Jeff Cram.
Thank you, Tina, and good evening. As the past chair, I get the honor of both selecting and presenting tonight's President's Award winner. I think all past board chairs would tell you that if they have great people assisting them, it makes the tasks of the board chair much, much easier. During my year as chair, I was blessed to have excellent people next to me and assisting me with all the great functions the Chamber does over the course of the year. As I began to think about the award, I looked back at the year and it became very clear, very quickly, who that person was that positively affected me the most. I initially thought to myself, it can't be that easy. All of these great people, how can I have picked one already? I thought about it a little bit more, and as I did, I thought about all the times that I needed a hand, and this person was there. I thought about all the times I needed an opinion, and this person was there. This person, every time I called them, they answered. Every time there was a challenge, it wasn't faced alone because they were there. Whether it was offering advice, telling me when they thought I was right, or more importantly, telling me when they thought I was wrong, they were there. When you have a person like this, a person that's always there, it makes it much easier to take some of these crazy ideas and bring them to life. When this little project we now call DTN was brought to me, I was immediately in favor and felt it had enormous potential. The volume of work needed to pull it off was clearly a concern for many. But for me, I knew I would have this person next to me, and as long as I did, we would be successful. I think it's safe to say that that project was successful, and I attribute much of the success to this person's willingness to always step up and do whatever was needed to make sure success was the only option. Finally, I think what makes tonight's award a little bit more special for me is that I get to present it to not only a great fellow board member, but a very dear friend. Chris Dolly is one of the best that Tomah has to offer. His dedication to making the Chamber a better organization and the City of Tomah a better place for all of us is truly inspiring. It is my great pleasure to present this year's President's Award to your 2020 Chamber Board Chair and my dear friend, Chris Dolly.
Thank you, sir. I just want to let you all know that you just tore me away from my new friend Charlie Barron's back there. So, you know, this is all on you. Thank you very much. I really don't know what to say. The one person I'd like to thank is my wife, because all of those nights, all those times that I'm not at home and I'm not with her, you know, is tough. And I want to thank her for putting up with all my crap and being there for me when I get home. And thank you, Jeff, for coming up with this plan from the very beginning. This crazy DTN plan. which everybody didn't think would work, and people were saying was going to be horrible, and by the end of the summer, everyone was on board. And I knew it would turn out that way, and I had faith in Jeff to make sure that that was going to work out that way. So thank you all for everything you did, all of the people that helped us out, all of the people that helped with that awesome stage we were working with. And thank you all for coming. Thanks.
This time, could I please ask our Chamber Board Vice Chair, Matt Buswell, to join me on stage? And if you check it out, all these guys are modeling our new Speak Tomah shirts, so they're pretty cute on the back. Each year we ask our members to submit names of people, businesses, and organizations for consideration for the next 4 awards. The following award winners were selected from the many nominations we received, and may I remind you, this is never, ever easy. First up is our Military Service of the Year Award, and it's given to show our appreciation to an individual or group showing outstanding military service is appreciated by our chamber members. This year's nominees for the award was 40 and 8, Teresa Fitzgerald, Fort McCoy Color Guard, Bob Keene, Karen Long, Albert Mansfield, and Dwayne and Geneva Senegals. This year's award recipient is Teresa Fitzgerald. Teresa is retiring this year, and I've had quite the extensive list of things that she was nominated for. If, Teresa, you could please make your way towards the stage. I think I see you moving there. Great. She had quite the extensive list of reasons why she was nominated. I'll briefly touch on those. She executes the annual Armed Forces Day open house, ensuring that between 2,000 and 4,000 community members have a positive experience at Fort McCoy. She schedules, coordinates, and executes more than 50 professional tours of Fort McCoy and the History Center annually for more than 2,000 civilian personnel. She developed a plan to open a commemorative area on select Fridays and Saturdays during the summer months, which provide an additional 500 service members and civilians opportunities to appreciate the history and heritage of the installation. I know she was not wanting to receive this, as she's probably one of the most just humble people that I've had the opportunity to work with on a board level, but I'm very excited to see her receive it. Teresa?
Thank you very much for those that nominated me and those that voted. It was a wonderful field of people to be going up against, and I did not expect this at all, but thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's see here. Our next award is Ambassador of the Year Award, and this award always goes to someone that's very active on our Ambassadors Committee. We had 3 nominations this year, all of which are folks that have been extremely active with our chamber over the last many years. Those nominees are Donna Evans, Tony Henry, and Diane Pergandy. And this year we're excited to be able to present the award to Donna Evans. She often works in the background to set up or tear down at events, or stuff envelopes, goodie bags, or absolutely whatever else we ask her to do.
I just want to thank everybody for this award. It's quite an honor. But I do believe in Tomah, I believe in the chamber, and I'm just here to help. Ask my husband. I thank him too, because I don't know what the word no means. Apparently I don't know what that word is, but this is a great community. Well, except for me. It's a great community. Down in front. I am chamber. But again, thank you everybody. Appreciate it.
Our Community Service Award. This is always given to someone that exhibits fantastic community service in our Tomah area. It was created from our belief that special people make for special communities and special organizations. This year's nominees for the Community Service Award include Jeff Cram, Chris Dolly, Connie Hurd, Mike Murray, Pete Reichart, and Deb Reed. Our winner this evening worked hard in planning and making downtown Thursday nights a success. He was the glue behind the scenes at DTN, ensuring there was power and a functioning stage, going so far as to coordinate with our neighboring Norwalk Lions Club, going to their meetings and working with their board to borrow a semi-trailer converted to stage. He worked extra long, very stressful hours to support the chamber and Tina. He's also served on the Lions Club board for years and works in that capacity to help lead service projects on the service club on various projects. He's the guy that gets things done and is always looking for ways to make Tomah better. If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about, it's because I'm talking about two people, Christian Dolly and Jeff Cram. When we tried determining who to present this award to, it was pretty hard to differentiate between the two of them, considering their commitment and service to the Chamber, DTN, and Tomah. Often working side by side of each other, Jeff Cram is the guy who sees the big picture and dreams of what something can be, and Chris is the guy that does whatever needs to be done to make it happen. I don't know why you're still sitting back there.
Speech, Jeff.
As the dreamer, I guess I can just thank everybody real quickly and then turn it over to Chris since he's the one that gets everything done. So.
I'm the behind the scenes guy. You just take care of this.
DTN was pretty special. I think everybody can agree with that. That concept of DTN, when I first heard about it, was an immediate yes, and obviously you heard me earlier talking about the President's Award. It's an immediate yes when you know that you're going to have people behind you that are going to make it work and are going to do whatever it takes. I never dreamt in year one that we would be looking at year 4 and year 5 numbers that we were looking at for projections. But thank you all for supporting us, believing in us, and really turning it into something. I can't wait for year 2. We've already expanded the 2 blocks, if you haven't heard, so it's not going to be quite as tight down there, but we don't want to expand it out too far. We want to keep everybody cozy. So, but thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. As we talk about DTN, we kind of talk about it as this pet we have, this child we've grown from nothing. I was approached with the idea and I thought it was crazy and it was too much for us to handle. And I took it to my board thinking they would agree with me. And instead of talking me out of this crazy idea, they said, oh no, we're going all in. And because of almost 100% commitment from everyone on the board, we were able to make that happen. And it's our gift to you. Our next recognition is Member of the Year Award. It was established to recognize a special member for their support and dedication to our organization. With more than 300 members, there are many who contribute to our projects we conduct over the year. This support means everything to our organization. This year's nominees include American Family, Team Lacine, Dean's Refrigeration and Heating, Don's Plumbing, Keen's Transfer, RAA Federal Credit Union, State Farm Insurance, Timberwood Bank, and Torkelson Funeral Home. This year's winners have demonstrated time and time again their commitment to chamber functions both financially and through service and volunteers. From being the first to step up and support DTN to supporting nearly every event that we've put on for several years in a row. These members have been active on our board for many years as well as offering support and insight when not on our board. This year we do have 2 selections for Member of the Year, and our first selection is Timberwood Bank. During Timberwood's time in our community, they have donated many causes. They always have encouraged employee engagement and volunteerism in the community. A year ago, I remember being on the phone with Kevin, and he was committing to sponsor DTN, and it was one of those moments where, for the first time, I really felt we may be able to pull that event off. Our second winner for the evening is RAA Federal Credit Union. Much like Timberwood Bank, RAA was one of the first ones to step up and say they wanted to support DTN both financially and through volunteering. Their support through both talent and financial support allowed us to take our dream a little bit further and make it a reality for Tomah to enjoy. I thank the both of you.
Again, I just want to say thank you for this. It really does mean a lot. RIA is here to support Tomah, and when we had the opportunity to jump on board for DTN, we did. But we're always there to help for the trunk or treat or for the back to school barbecue, whatever. I'm a small office, but my staff always is willing to help, and I like to help the chamber, and I support the chamber. So.
As well, thank you on behalf of Timberwood Bank. This means a lot to us. We obviously don't do it for the award. We've got a great staff that enjoys doing what they can for Tomah. It's an easy ask normally for them to. Tina and the crew at the chamber do such a fantastic job to make Tomah what it is today. When we received the phone call for downtown Thursday nights, we were immediately excited about it. Anything that can be new for the community, anything that we can bring to the area to try. Nobody knew if it'd be a success or not. But we're all in, and it was wonderful, and we give them kudos for that. Thank you.
We have one final award for the evening, and then I will get off of this stage and let you listen to why you're actually really here. Our Impact Award. This goes to someone who's made an impact on our community through service. In the past, it's gone to fairly, silent contributors such as Greg Hagan, Eric Price, James the Shermanator Sherman, Joe Kratz, and in one case, a contributor who made a huge, not-so-quiet splash when Toro orchestrated seven semi-trucks full of supplies to be distributed to our neighboring flooded communities. Sometimes the award needs to go to those folks that make the big splashes, and sometimes it goes to those folks who you don't think of when you think of game changers in a community. Sometimes they're just a group of folks sitting around on Wednesday nights, sipping on a few beers, and sharing crazy ideas on how they can make Tomah better through service. I don't think you can talk about service in this community without talking about the Tomah Lions Club. It's literally their motto, but more than that, it's their genuine culture. If there is a need, there is a lion. While they're instrumental in getting DTN off the ground, we literally could not have put this event together without their support and the many, many hours of all of the people that were there. They have also pledged to give every dime of the money they have made off of the event back to Tomah. And we've seen that in various ways already. So I don't know who wants to come up from Lions Club. I know there's a table of you here, but I would certainly love to present this award to you.
This is indeed a surprise. I've been a Lion for, 45 years, and I think this is the biggest honor our club has had. So, our thanks, many thanks. But those men and women at the table back there, and the 65 other Lions that are currently members of our club deserve the work. I think we've got a progressive group that is willing to try things. We do have a number of things that we do yearly, and we like them, but we're always willing to try, and not all of them are the success of DTN, but other things are equally of impact to the club and to the surroundings. So one of the best things I like about Lions, we have a couple of, our finances are such that 100% of everything that we make from the public goes back to the public. And our administrative fund handles our meals and our whatever we do for our individuals. So that is a commitment that Lions offers internationally, that everything that we make goes back to the community, and DTN is no different than any of our other ones. Some of them go to state organizations and state things, but DTN will be local, and we will always be that way, I'm sure. So on behalf of our club, many thanks. We appreciate it, and we will strive to continue to support Tomah wherever we can. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the awards portion of this evening. Anyone want a last chance at the 50-50? So the split is 800.
All right, these are all the Chamber Award winners you're looking at right now. 57th Annual Banquet going on. All the award winners, including Donna, Donna just got done deer hunting.
I'm sorry, you guys are stuck with her for 3 years. Just saying.
She's already suggested.
There you go. Only if I come to. Are you done now? Bob's got to get in.
Wait. A couple more yet.
Okay, thank you. Good enough. Okay.
All right, so on this portion of the community update, we're down at Murray's on Main for the 57th Annual Chamber of Commerce Banquet this past Monday, February 24th. A record crowd of over 400 people attending. Congratulations to all the award winners. We hope you enjoyed it.
I'm good.